Alrighty. Howdy Neighbors and welcome back to Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. Last time we survived our execution, fell down here, and Kyoko joined us. Turns out she is the ultimate detective. That's cool. Let's leave. Locked, but I have a way to open the door. This guy can't do it. Kyoko, to solve that one thing. I look for my secret tool. To go from the headmaster's room.
Indeed.
Of course I do. An absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I can never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, correct?
That's right.
We should be able to use it on that door, right? Hey, Kyoko. You can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Look at the key, put the Monokuma design on it, slid into the keyhole. And then... yeah, it opened.
Indeed.
Now we can get out of here. Let's go. That was good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally. We're finally free. It wasn't even time for to take a breath of relief. The real fight had just begun. Chapter 6. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up, like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. I started climbing the ladder, until I'm reaching the surface. This is a bad angle. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. I climbed into the darkness. This was so dark and cramped. I could feel my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were down so far.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. Now that you say that, I'm getting kind of nervous. What are you talking about? I'll keep my mind off it. So, Kyoko, there's something I want to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
ever since I can remember. I'm from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always been... my family has always seen it that way. Then is your family famous?
wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So...
Right.
but we take pride in it. Pride.
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things. And to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. Conscious effort.
It's true.
Kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it is our source of pride. Pride. So that explains. Before I came here, I was looking up info about the school of mine and never saw anything about her. She hid herself on purpose, to protect the pride of the family.
However...
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. The reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. But you'd be reuniting after all these years, right? You wouldn't... oh, you would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However...
there is something I want to say to him, though. No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him, face to face. I think we have bad news. I think you're not gonna get that chance, Kyoko. Well, what is it?
So,
I want to sever all ties with him. Well, then I guess I have good news for you. Sever. The last time I saw him, I was still very young. I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising future.
however,
But he had no interest in detective work. Good for him, honestly. Avoid your own path, dude. So he cut himself off from the family. Long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. Went to my grandfather. They had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had a chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that. What she might have been feeling. All I could tell is that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However,
But there's one thing that I can never forgive. Really.
so,
The way everyone else looked at me. We never said about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
however,
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl who was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me, even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
correct.
That is why I have to find him and tell him we are no longer family. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, just to cut him out like that. Hey, you know, it happens.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. I so get you, Kyoko. A+. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Not connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. Instead, I said nothing. Just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. After I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is it.
indeed.
On the other side of the door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're
That's
back.
right.
Over the hatch in the ground of the trash room. Really certain that's where we'll come out. I locked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... Looks like we're back.
Phew.
I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. They say we're safe and sound, but let's we're out of there. Now we're back in Host Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of here without you. No thanks necessary. I'm just returning the favor. We got out of the garbage pit. I never would imagine that's where this led. Don't know why not. What do we do? Well, I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, I'm worried about you too. You help me so they might.
Listen.
You're worried. Yeah, of course.
So then,
I'll just get a concrete answer.
in other words,
Says Monokuma, there's a problem with you escaping. Wait.
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time until we're found out. And it's not like we can run away. She said that she pointed at a nearby surveillance camera. She's saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, they should just give up now. Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't.
because
Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. There's nothing like that before. What does it mean?
so
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was.
right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'd be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. Still a little, super uneasy about this. We don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should begin the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. I guess we're leaving. Nighttime, so everyone should be in their rooms, yeah?
Shall we go?
You get to the gym, to Monokuma. Sorry, Yasuhiro. What am I supposed to do with all my monocoins? Can't go to the store.
Well now.
Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I don't believe it!
But Makoto is supposed to be dead! What is he doing here? Exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
Shing!
If the guilty party is exposed during a class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule.
Making me angry!
So now I gotta punish you again. And this time, I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko,
Right.
whatever you feel like you have to. What?
However,
Before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. That matters to you, right? I lose?
Hey!
You, explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. It was as the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. As you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
But there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. Never imagined the possibility of a being that came to our aid even after you killed it.
am I wrong?
Now, here is the absolute truth. Makoto did not kill Mukuro. You did.
Listen to me.
To executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the blacking is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? Not a big game. Choosing the blackened is me and not Makoto.
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this comedy routine? Make such a bold claim without a shred of evidence.
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now. With a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
No matter how deeply you try to bury it. There's only ever one absolute truth.
Boom, boom.
And now you're trying to tell us some kind of famous detective type?
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life. Feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, in front of you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me... Oh, convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased.
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Bear can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're making all this up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. Now you have no choice but to prove it. If you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and
that's
square,
what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
Do Mukoro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, what would make for a proper climax? Oh, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown. In other words, we have a chance to expose the true identity of Mukoro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept that challenge? They'll just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Barry.
What's wrong?
Getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes. Now, would you suggest it might be possible? I was certainly made for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
That mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? I'm prepared to agree to your terms. That one was bad. I don't like that one. Will your hope win out? Or will mine as a bear claim victory? I really feel like you need to try to get some new ones.
I can barely contain myself!
This is a decent one. Let's have one grisly showdown. Agreed. We still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is a long way to climax, right? Guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys!
For this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you could do that,
I can barely contain myself!
then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. You can fly your way to the truth of Mukoro's death and solve the mysteries of the school.
You guys!
Then you win. But if you can't do all that, we all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We are just as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
We've uncovered every last truth. What would the ultimate despair reveal their despair? I honestly can't believe this is how it all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. You remember the rule. When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? No need to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on school regulations. And having a trial from Mukuro is no exception to that. Mukuro's trial is no exception. That is part of the regulations. Which would mean that whoever killed Mukuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But... okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but... the Killing Game has 16 participants. All of them high school students. And the one person take a single step... oh, the only person to take a single step at his feet when the Killing Game began are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why'd you go quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm really angry!
I have nothing left. I'm done talking. So get lost, would you? Why are you so mad? He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. I just really gonna let it go. I don't really care anymore. You're all gonna get my punishment later anyway. We need to start getting ready. A super deluxe extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay. Koto's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. Just like that, we're out of the gym. I hardly believe it, but we ended up not getting executed. So out of my life, we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I think Kyoko's dead. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
however,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so,
They had no choice but to accept.
because,
Well, because of that one moment. The mastermind let their guard down, like I said. So when was it the mastermind let the guard down?
so,
I wasn't there to hear it myself. Do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen.
What do you think? Oh, and what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't actually read about something like that happening very often. What's going to imagine? In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think about it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason.
so,
They had to show the world something. No matter the cost. Us killing each other. They want to show the world.
it would seem,
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. And, I mean, it makes sense. Those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anyone.
In other words,
The Mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other, to show that off to the world. But why?
correct.
Prove a point, most likely. Prove a point.
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? Certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
For those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair. The Mastermind wants the world to see that. Try to prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope. But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But, is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you. And yet, that same motivation is what led the Mastermind, revealing their weakness. What?
In other words,
Because their goal... I'm gonna try that again. Because their goal is to broadcast this killing into the world. The Mastermind has had to be very particular... Oh, and be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. The Mastermind simply ignored their rules. This wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the Mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
indeed.
That's precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
Instead, tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. But due to that failure, the Mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, also was not the killer. But when the fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the Mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
Prove to the world that despair is better than hope. They have to treat us in perfect form,
In other words,
or it only did the Mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. But all of it was just a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the Mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Yes, really thanks to you that we got a chance. Or that we got that chance. Because you believed in me, another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the Mastermind's thoughts and plans we're able to figure out. I don't have the slightest clue. Well, no one ever accused you of being too smart, Makoto, so...
wrong.
Man, no. Didn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
It looks like I got it right. This time at least, I won the bet. Let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sigh of relief. To be honest, I hadn't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is the fundamental part of negotiation persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd shown my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm pathetic.
However,
Anyway, can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
correct.
For everything we've gone through, will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the Mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. No option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True. But now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
However,
Is that really possible?
anyway,
Right now, we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
Probably in the dorm somewhere. What is nighttime? It's not daytime yet. We could probably just wait until daytime and then talk to them, or... Like, it would make sense if it wouldn't be in one spot. Alright, I need Yasuhiro. This hero's room, is he inside?
Hey,
I don't think he's here. Well, we need to keep looking. Owie. Into the machine sign.
hey,
I guess not. Oh, hero. Poor thing. Go.
hey,
And then... Yeah.
hey,
Nope. Maybe they're all getting dinner. Suddenly, we're greeted with... my favorite. Oh my god, what the hell is going on here? Angie. And a... You again. He's short-circuiting. Is he broken? Whew. Most of the emotional instability reaches limit. 4 underscores? Wow. Wow, how dare! Jeez, what the heck?
however,
What that was all about. Couldn't help but let us sigh relief. Oh!
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto!
Yasuhiro's gonna think we're a ghost.
You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
And shut up!
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Everyone's there. All my friends who had struggled together and survived. I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
What is that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, it seriously stinks. It's Makoto, he smells like a wet dog. Get away, you shoe. And a flashlight here's right up. Oh, gee, you stink. You're rotten.
I'm telling you!
Rotten physically, mentally, every way you can be rotten. Sorry, I was rolling around in garbage for a while. Smell is so smelly. You're worse than me. Way worse than me. I win. He seems happy for some reason.
Yo!
Makoto, what's it like hanging out in Spirit World? I didn't go to the Spirit World.
You know?
Did you get to talk to her? Who? Miss Cleo. No, I didn't get to talk to her. I mean, I did go to the Spirit World. I mean, who the heck's Miss Cleo? So what have you guys been doing while I was gone?
Well, we figured since trial's over, we'd have access to new places again.
And
No dice. All the rooms that were locked before, they're still locked.
they weren't in new areas. Where do we go to find new clues? I still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me neither. Do you realize... Oh. Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? It was alter ego. You saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people could say that they had their lives saved by a computer program. Oh, shut up. I imagine it was a learning experience for you. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be a dick. We have truth bullets still. The Monokuma file? Why? Oh, I guess because it's gonna be third class trial again? So bizarre. Anyway, I'm gonna be ending this episode here because I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of exploration. And I want to do that as close together as I can. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully, I will see you later.